this is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, July 14th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. Wanted to give everybody a heads up that on the revitalized cream with new extracts, you have to be on auto ship for 4 straight months in order to have access to that product. So you got to be 4 months straight of auto ship in order to receive 1 container of the cream. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. So how's your life going so far? Are you manifesting everything you wanted to along the way? I'm curious, what have been your big wins and successes through this last year and the last 5 years? In what ways do you feel that your life is falling short of what it could be? Or are you always succeeding far beyond your expectations? So my invitation for you is to deeply reflect on your life today. Think about who you are, what you have done, and what do you really want to manifest into your future. Take notice of what areas of your life do you want to change, need to change, and absolutely must change. Wherever you put most of your attention upon is where your life will expand and grow. Reflecting upon your life and who you are is not about judging yourself or labeling yourself in any way. It's more about taking a massive inventory on what makes you happy and what doesn't satisfy you any longer. Inner reflection includes a deeper spiritual consideration, allowing you to take a big step back from it all so you may see clearly what it is that you want and don't want to manifest anymore. Looking at your life from a bird's eye view helps you get to know yourself more clearly, have more respect for you, and have more compassion as well. This makes your life path easier to walk along each day. When we take the time to redefine who we are and what our life mission truly is, a very crystal clear distinction suddenly arises between what we do want to create tomorrow and what we do not want at all. The awareness of this distinction is vital for your heart's happiness. The contentment of your soul is the priority, and when you rediscover your ability to know clearly what you want to manifest tomorrow, you'll be able to fully enjoy every breath you take. This is your life, so make it a natural choice to sit back, have more fun on this amazing human ride. The attitude that you have right now towards yourself and life is greatly responsible for everything you experience. Every good and bad experience you have comes from your attitude about yourself. Everything amazing you have manifested in your past showed up because you had a positive attitude about you. What What is your attitude like about you? You need a tune-up. I find that the most powerful attitude changer we can take on is this. Make the deep commitment to always be gentle with yourself, no matter what life throws at you. Make gentleness your world. Leave the details up to God. And your attitude towards yourself and life is guaranteed to be amazing. It's also good to know that whatever you did in your past, whatever actions you took or did not take, are perfect just the way they are. The universe is made up of divine intelligence. And so whatever happened was for the highest good of all. Whatever you did in the past that you feel was wrong was a reflection of your attitude toward yourself, who you believed you were at that point in your journey. The good news is that who we think we are is always going to change like the wind. The only thing that does not change is the infinite spiritual journey, your infinite spiritual being, the divine spirit soul, who you truly are. Your real spiritual essence is like the sky above. It is infinite, so you cannot get anything to stick to it. Your soul has the quality of permanent innocence, which means you are the perfection at the very core. Get to know this. Let go of your past. The reason you did things that you regret was because your soul was following the mind's programming. It was handed down by your parents and their parents and so on. Your soul is always on track, and it can never be tainted or harmed by anything of this world. Nobody can touch or harm your soul. Nothing you have done or was done to you has permanently damaged your soul. Nothing can change the fact that you are a spiritual being intimately connected to God for eternity. This is the deepest spiritual truth. Respect it when diving into any deep consideration about who and what you think you are. He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer. He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer of motivation. There's three things that I personally found helpful to manifest my best possible life. Try each one out, and I believe you'll soon be yourself, blossom and reveal the most sweet, enriching, delightful life experiences that you ever knew were possible. You can make an extensive list of your dark and light parts. What do you love and hate about yourself? What are you afraid to look at and admit? Get to know yourself in the deepest and most intimate way. Be radically honest. Find out everything you're still running from. Avoiding and afraid of, and everything that you love, treasure, and adore. Knowing the darkest and lightest aspects of yourself are both needed so that you can make actual decisions in life. Knowing all your parts, allowing you to have discernment, make better decisions, feel confident in your life direction, and step up on stage of life to play out the most amazingly meaningful role that you can imagine. after you have a clearer understanding of your dark and light aspects, you'll have a better understanding of what your heart truly desires to manifest. Get in touch with your life's purpose and soul's intention. Why are you here? What do you want to experience in this life? Write down a list of intentions that feel solid, authentic, and real. What desires help you to relax deeper into you? A life without an intention is like a boat without a steering wheel and a rudder. We can feel trapped, lost, powerless, as we are constantly being blown across the seas of life, wherever the wind decides to blow. Remember, vague intentions manifest vague results, while specific intentions manifest specific results. It's that easy. So be super clear about what you want to create, experience, manifest, and attract into your life. Think about what you want in 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. Dream big, because you can and you deserve to have the most amazing life you can imagine. Be gentle with yourself no matter what happens. We cannot predict the future perfectly 100% of the time. Life is going to throw you a few curveballs that you're not going to see coming. And you may not be completely emotionally prepared when they hit you. The best way to deal with them is to be gentle with yourself. If you don't handle the situation in the most kind, loving, or conscious way, we are a product of our past conditioning. So it's not 100% your fault if you are not a fully enlightened conscious being already and happen to react to someone in a negative way. There is always room for more forgiveness and gentleness in this life. This is our ultimate responsibility. And much, much, much more important than getting life perfect. We cannot expect to be perfect or successful all the time in life. Otherwise, we would never take the risk to do anything new. It's our failures and shortcomings that give us roots that truly make us grow and evolve. Outer circumstances don't need so much effort to be changed, but the inner lethargy is centuries old. The unconsciousness is so primitive, its roots are so deep, that it needs a total determination of your past part. A tremendous determination, a commitment, a deep involvement. You have to risk it all. Unless that happens, it is impossible to change yourself. You'll remain the same also. Perhaps the most important fact to understand in this is that we are omnipotently powerful manifesting machines. We cannot stop manifesting our lives. We can't stop manifesting our lives no matter what we do. We are always creating something with our thoughts. Whatever we focus on is what we attract more of. We are attracting either what we want or don't want all the time. You can never, ever turn off the manifesting flow as long as you are living inside this human body. It's on infinity. It's always on. So you might as well get clear about what you want and intend to manifest in your future, because it is 100% certain that something is going to happen tomorrow morning. When you create crystal clear intentions about what you want, the universe has a much better chance at delivering the goodies to you, knowing exactly in which direction your rudder is pointing. Lastly, remember that others can only do their best given the resources that they were given. So anchor in the habit to forgive others quickly. Let go of whatever happened as fast as you possibly can. Release the memory of those things that bring you down or throw you into the emotional dumpster. You have the choice to not identify with any memory you have. Try not to take anything personally. We are all doing our best with the resources we have. Forgiveness is the best way to feel better instantly. Life becomes much easier to sit back, enjoy being the observer, and watch this amazing dark and light magical play of life act itself out on the big stage. By living life with these three suggestions, knowing yourself, having authentic intention, and being gentle with you, is far the most empowering way you can act out the lifelong play you are in. So here's a enlightening affirmation that you can read every morning in bed. Dear, today just might be the best day of my life. It is possible for this to happen, especially really taking care of my body and mind today. I am going to eat only those foods that make me feel more alive, so I can experience the highest vibration and consciousness possible. I will exercise today to build up more energy, strength, and vitality. I will keep my heart open, being friendly and kind with everyone I meet. I will be more honest, vulnerable, and loving today than yesterday. I am letting go of any bad habit that doesn't support me and creating my highest health and happiness. I will replace old unhealthy habits with new habits that make me feel good. I am committed to being more grounded, real, dependable, loving, and authentic human being. I am available and open to receive an abundance of love. I am 100% committed to appreciating my life as it is, as I am manifesting the most amazing life that I can imagine. I choose this life now, and I'm open to something even more amazing to manifest into my future tomorrow. And so it is. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies we're in. It's always first thing. And you do it through your breath. And we understand that we are not the body. We're not the mind, the ego. We're not the subconscious mind. We are not any. We are not our status in this life. Not our personality, not our character. We are the God within the body. Easy and slowly in through the nose and easy and slowly out through the mouth. The body is like like a magnetic sponge. It absorbs everything. And a lot of stuff you just don't know you're absorbing. And a lot of the times we store things. You know, some of us have stored things since we were little babies in the body. And we carry that. And if we don't release it, let it go, through the years, it can develop into something like a broken biologically. And then we ask ourselves, why would I carry stress from 10 years ago? Why would I carry worry for tomorrow? Or worry for yesterday? Why would I carry those things? Why would I put my energies into those when all I care to do is focus on the now? And by focusing on the breath going into the now, the body releases. You can feel your shoulders drop. Stress, anxiety, tension drop away. It's like, picture this state, right? Some of you have probably experienced this some way, but you're in a hammock, right? And it's in between two trees. So you got a little sunlight coming in, and there's a light breeze, and you're lying there, and you're not asleep, but you're not fully awake, and you don't have any motivation to move anything, and you're just being. You can hear kind of like little echoes of noises, maybe a dog barking or a car driving by or something like that. But you don't hear it that way. It's very distant. And you're not thinking about anything. You're not worrying about yesterday or tomorrow. You've got no mind chatter. And this happens. And it's not like you plan it. It just comes in. Just comes in. And it's almost like you could stay in that state forever. Now imagine anytime you wish, you can be in that state. And all of that compression that you feel like it's like a vacuum, and it's your whole existence is in like a pressure vortex is released. And you're floating. And you don't have a care in the world, because you're not in yesterday and you're not in tomorrow. And you've stilled the ego mind and the subconscious mind, because you've left them alone. You're not engaging them. You're not interacting with them. And always be 24/7 gentle, kind, generous, and humble with oneself. Practice being in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude. These are crucial. We can always find things to be grateful for, rather than to be irritated, disgruntled, angry, frustrated, which is all low vibrational frequency, which then attracts more of the same. You see, some of us will get irritated when that's presented to us, say. We get irritated because that's correct. But yet we're in such a habit of attracting, and I don't think many of us are consciously aware of it, but that's attracting that low frequency. You could be going across your day, and in one blink, change your whole day because of your frequency. You ever hear anybody say, everything went downhill at that point? And the interesting thing is we're the commanders of it all. And it isn't random. It may seem random, but it isn't. Doesn't it make sense that We all have choices. We make choices. But to choose to live always in tomorrow or yesterday, never the now, worrying, stress, and fearing, accumulating this stress and fear through the body. So you're worrying about something that hasn't happened, and so you put your energy into that, which is tomorrow, and you worry about what did happen, which is the past. And your energies are going into those directions, which really have no bearing or impact, only on you. That's why practicing the now, every moment, is imperative. Because we don't have the 60,000 plus thoughts that we send out every day. They're not there in the now. We don't have the tens of millions and billions of programs that fly by like clouds in the sky. We don't have the constant mind chatter. We don't have worry, stress, and fear and anxiety. We don't have hatred, anger, revenge. We don't carry those things in the now. Those things are the ego mind, which is in the material physical world, which is yesterday and tomorrow. And it's a choice. You make the choice. No one else makes it. You do. You make the choice for you. You ever come across people or they're in a negative mode, or their frequency, you can tell, is low. They're irritable, they're stressful, they respond quickly to things, they jump on things, they're not at ease. And then they believe that, life has handed them a bowl of lemons, right? They got a dark cloud that's been with them ever since they can remember. And it's interesting because they are the ones that created it for themselves. If you believe life is a struggle, it's going to be a struggle. Because that's where your attention's on. If and when you believe life is a joy, then it'll be a joy. So many of us are so distracted that we haven't made that deep connection yet. That it isn't about out there, it's about in here. It's never been about out there. And it's you've got the switch. You've got the button, right? You can turn on your joy or not. You can turn on your positivity or not. And so if you have things that you feel shouldn't be happening, then you may want to take a look at how you're thinking. Okay? So in other words, if you're unhappy about how things are in your life, sit by yourself, be gentle, kind, and generous, humble, and be gratitude, and find out why that is. Because you're the only one that can. You ever notice that when you let go of things, genuinely let go, where you're not white-knuckling them, that's when things seem to flow. That's when things seem to happen and take place. But when you're white-knuckling things, it seems like they never come, doesn't it? It just gets more frustrating. They never come. So you got that ego mind sitting there saying, oh, no, don't bother with the now. Just stay in yesterday or tomorrow. You'll be fine. Yeah, if you want to suffer. And I don't think any of us really care to suffer. And it's crucial to be in the now as much as we possibly can. Now, you see, the ego mind, of course, we know is not in the now, but it will do everything it can to get you out of the now. And so when, it works on us, say, and then we kind of gravitate off to tomorrow, or we kind of go into yesterday, and you can be focused on the now, and all of a sudden you're somewhere else. You ever done that? It's not like you intended it. You just see you're somewhere else. But it's the knowing, which many don't have. But it's that knowing that you have. This isn't a big deal. I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. Every time I focus on my breath, I'm in the now. That's not difficult to understand. And that brings us into the now. And that's halfway home. Knowing that. And by being in the now, you have the only avenue that we have to master the ego mind and subconscious mind is from the now. Because we can watch them. And I don't mean judge them, but we can watch how they operate. See, then you get to a point where you start to identify your thoughts. And you go, that's an ego mind feeling or response or something that's ego mind connected. I don't care to participate in that. It's a feeling. You'll start to understand is that that's ego mind. That's an ego mind thought. And that I don't care to participate in that. And you see, that's halfway home. Because when you move yourself into that understanding that you can identify when the ego mind is influencing you, you'll have a way to negate that. Now, we find ourselves standing in front of three paths, right? And all of us are in the center, the now. We're focused on our breath. And we look at the paths and we see where the trees have formed a golden canopy over each path. And the branches and the leaves and the bark, shimmering gold. And the pathway itself is a brilliant emerald green flaming grass. Appears to be grass. And the only thing we notice with these three paths, right? You know, one on the left, which is yesterday. One on the right, which is tomorrow. One in the center, which is the now. The breath. Now, we know the one on the left, we look at it, very worn and used. One on the right, same. One in the center looks brand new. And we know why. Ego mind wants us to stay in yesterday or tomorrow. Now, we all reminisce. You know, we've got, it happens anytime you reminisce, nostalgia, and certain things spark it, and you move into that, and you kind of revisit, right, and how fun it was. It was a great time. I'd love to do that again. And then we reminisce with other things that we tried that didn't work, and then we say, you know, if I try it this way, maybe it'll work with I try it this way. So we kind of use it, you know, also as a reference guide. And so we'll go to the yesterday path, right? And we'll go in to our great hall. The great hall is like this huge resource. It's all of our lives, all of our existences, period. Every experience, every adventure, every part of journeying. As you have the subconscious mind, remember, right? And the subconscious mind is the great recorder. From the moment we enter the baby body all the way through, it's recording everything. And not only is it recording everything, it randomly plays it back. That's why you're going to be going somewhere doing something, you go, And then this feeling comes over and you go, I've done this before. I know I have. And you have. It's not necessary to depict when, how, and where. It's just that you know you've done it before. And that's because the subconscious mind randomly plays back the recordings. So we walk into our great hall, open the door, turn on the lights. When you walk into a room, you don't know it most of the time, but you quickly glance at the ceiling and the walls. But in there aren't any, because it's so huge, so vast. Nevertheless, you go to the shelves and the drawers, and you pick out some movies and books and pictures of past experiences. And you go sit in the easy chair, and there's like a big white rectangle floating in the air. And so you'll watch some of the movies and read some of the books and look at some of the pictures. And you'll enjoy yourself. It's fun. Random visitation. But we don't stay there. We will take everything, put it back in its proper place. We will turn off the light, shut the door, and move forward in life. And on occasion, we'll revisit. Some of us, however, will stay there too long, way too long, unconsciously so. And so they take that past, they bring it into a future that doesn't exist. They create that future from that past. They relive that past in that future. This is a lot of people say, no matter what we see, well, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, we all go into the future because we're prodded, okay? We're poked, pulled, pressured, pushed. By who? Ego mind. So we take the tomorrow path, the future. And we want to know things. We want to know. We want to know when we'll have enough money to enjoy our lives, or when we'll meet our lifelong romantic partner, or when are we going to be healthy enough to enjoy our lives, and all kinds of stuff. So when we do that, we seek external authority. Because we haven't gone within to find the answers to our questions. So we seek external authority. And so we go to tarot card readers, right? There's a lot of different cards that do readings. Astrologers, numerologists, pendulum readers, crystal readers, tea leaf readers, palm readers, psychics, clairvoyants, all kinds of resources. So we'll find somebody and we'll ask them a question. Usually the question is, when am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? So they'll do their thing, and then they'll give you a reading. And they'll say, Jack Johnson, within the next couple of weeks, you are going to receive a major financial windfall. It's going to come out of the clear blue. You won't be expecting it. So you get three usually varying responses. Now, obviously, if you took the one response, then everybody would be able to manifest it. But the first person, right? They blow it off. They have no faith, no trust or anything. They did it for giggles, for themselves entertainment, and they don't pay it any bother at all. Second person will go nuts. They'll go nuts. They'll go to their calendar and they'll mark it. They'll count the days, the hours, the days. They'll start forming expectations, also attachment to the outcome of it. And it's almost like, white knuckling again. White knuckling. Where you're gripping onto it so tight that it doesn't even have room to breathe. Now, the third person takes it and makes sure that it's detailed enough for the universe. So they may take it and then convey to the universe, this is exactly what I want now, in this moment. This is exactly what I want. Because they have total trust and faith in themselves and in the universe. They have no doubt. Zero. Through the heart mind. And so they let it be. They make sure it's very concise and clear, and then they leave it alone. They'll manifest it every time. They aren't concerned about where, when, and how. They aren't concerned about outcomes or attachments or expectations. They just leave it all to the universe. Let it just boom. It's up to the universe. And literally all of us have the ability and power to manifest anything. But it's attitude. It's how you perceive you. That's the only thing. It's how you perceive you. What your beliefs are, what your trust in yourself are, what your faith in yourself are, and the universe. See, because it isn't reliant on out there. It all is connected to you. And the power that you are in that body, you're the one creating everything. It's not being created and coming to you all the time. You're creating it, manifesting it into your life for you. And you've seen people, some of them, they have happy lives. They have happy lives. Just disconnected there shortly. This is the holy grail of understanding for all of us. This really is. Isn't it amazing that not everybody is in a happy life? And so many believe that, well, it's out there. The reason my life is this way is because of out there, because of this, and that. And it isn't. It's how you perceive you. That's it. Someone has a rough life. The reason they have a rough life is because they keep creating a rough life. It isn't even debatable. And I've seen people get very upset at the fact and not accepting that they get upset because you're informing them and letting them know that you created this hellhole for yourself. No one else has. You have. I've talked to people that felt like, they couldn't trust anybody. Everybody's after you. They're all trying to get you. People are conspiring against you and everything. And they create it. They literally manifest it. And then they reinforce it. And so you say, well, why do you keep looking over your shoulder and you're all stressed out all the time? You're creating all this stuff. Why don't you take a big shift in the opposite direction and start surrounding yourself with people that you would like to surround yourself with, good people, happy people, heart-minded people. And another interesting thing for us all is that we're not separate. And I constantly emphasize that we are not separate. We have the illusion of separation. You see Mary down the street, and Mary's body and your body are, we're far apart here. We're not one. Well, it's because you look at the body. All the gods inhabiting all forms, shapes, and physical forms are one. We're all one, all experiencing in different ways. It is absolutely fascinating. When you look at that with that understanding, being in the now, right? And you realize that in all the galaxies, all the universes, all existence and beyond, we're one. And the oneness is the God within that physical form. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, and then many, many, many more. But the God within those physical forms is the same as the God within ours. Same with the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, archetype. They have bodies. And each of them has a God within that body. So see, there's, like all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath are all of the planetary systems have civilizations. And it's an ongoing discovery throughout existence. Discovering who and what you are because you're not the body. You never have been. I understand that the body's like a suit, right? And you don't wear a suit forever, right? You don't. You wear that suit for a certain period of time, and then you'll take that suit off. And then you might try on another suit. It's like all the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, Moria, Vedantia, Pelta, Yahweh, Yeshua. All of our loved ones who ascended out of body in this lifetime, all lifetimes we've inhabited. It's the God that leaves the body. Okay? And this is what's strange, because we think we're separate, right? Through the illusion. And then people think they're alone. And you can't be. You can see, that's ego mind. You can't be alone. How could you be alone when you are part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, beyond, and forever? You see the trick there, the illusion? So you have people that they're alone, or they're alone, the loneliness and being alone, because they haven't taken that journey within. And so people watch, fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, dolphin, whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur. The gods within those bodies are the same as the gods within our bodies. All the light spectrum beings. Gods inhabit elements to experience the element. Trees, all kinds of stuff. Now we have the parts of ourselves that are completely the gods that we are asleep. And then we have parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are awake, consciously aware. And we love them deeply, each the asleep ones and the awake ones. Consciously aware means that we're the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. know that we're of love. And that the ones that are asleep will wake up on their own time. So we have this massive connection, right? Huge connection. Pure consciousness and beyond. And it's moving yourself into that understanding, which is challenging for some. And to be with that understanding on a regular basis. Now, when we look at this planet, we, the gods inside these bodies, decided a while ago to eliminate the pure evil from this planet. See, that's the only way it's removed anyway, guys. It isn't some force that's going to come in and save the day. We're the force. Omnipotently powerful with the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency of deep eternal love. So we look at this planet and say, enough's enough. Let's clean it up permanently. And we do that with focused beams of pure, deep, eternal love, which disrupts the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, the pure evil, rogue AI, goop, all of it. And it can't hold form in that high frequency. It's vaporized. Completely vaporized. Or it'll try to run and it can't escape anyway. So this is what's happening on this planet. And we've been at it for over 4 years. Is it ever going to end? No. No. Why should it? Even after the last vestiges of pure evil are gone permanently, we'll still be infusing the planet with pure, deep, eternal love. We'll transition it from a God planet to a God planet paradise. Now, we're all uncountable numbers because we're all connected. Eventually, you'll learn that you can be in one place, more than one place at one time. And you'll be able to travel billions of light years in a blink of the eye. These are all about discovery. That each of us will soar in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. We're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form a massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the gods that we are within these bodies. It's pure, deep, eternal love. It's permeating, saturating, and flooding this planet and all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. It does not end. We begin to ascend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. We depict, what is it? So we'll take things that we're familiar with on this planet, like a grand finale fireworks display, a grand finale laser light show display, and a ballroom globe, one with the mirrors, and you flood light on it, and it floods the room with light. And we combine all these and intensify them trillions of times, and we combine them into one massive crescendo and one massive burst of spectacular, clear, multicolored, sparkling light. And we look at the reflective points, which basically are everywhere. We are the reflective points. We enter these reflective points. We discover that all of us are learning and teaching each other all the time. All the time. There's no such thing as a random occurrence. Okay? Some people say, well, that butterfly flew by me. It was a random occurrence. Not. I happen along and I see a rabbit. That's a random occurrence. Not. I see a cloud in the sky. It looks like an angel. That's a random occurrence. Not. I met this person I've never known in my life. We talked for about 10 minutes and I felt renewed. Random? No. See, when we choose to stay within ourselves, focus on the now, all this comes clear. Now, we create, the gods that we are, we create like flaming lights, columns of lights, right? And this is to remind us, because we do have some amnesia. So we're met with the omnipotently powerful emerald green flaming healing light Archangel Raphael brings in. This reminds us, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the power of healing these bodies. Some have gotten on that track quite a bit, but not instantaneous yet. And they just have the trust and the faith in themselves that they can do that. Then we have Archangel Michael. He's carrying a violet blue purple flaming light. And this is to remind us, the gods that we are in these bodies are omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we have the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that we are imbued head to toe, inside and out, with this spectacular white fire armor, which emanates from the gods within us, in these bodies. It's impenetrable. It's pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. And all the lower dark matter, vital matter frequencies, demons, possessions, and everything, they can't come near that frequency. They'll vaporize. So they stay away. That's why we're protected 24/7, as long as you maintain that frequency. Now, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your frequency, your vibrational frequency, consciously or unconsciously, low enough through hatred, anger, greed, revenge, manipulation, envy, hurriedness, worry, stress, fear, you'll lower your frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all lower dark matter, vital matter frequencies come flooding in. Then there's possibilities of demon possession, attachments, and all kinds of stuff. So if you do decide to do this, we have fail-safes that we've created, the gods that we are. And the first one is a double column of light. First part of the column is purple transmuting flame. We call in the purple transmuting flame. We transmute all these lower dark matter to lower dark matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we have the second part of the column of light, the violet ray. This reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational frequency to the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden light, pink light. This is a column of light that we, the gods in these bodies, created to remind us that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forests and the soils and the animals and the clouds and the sky. Everything. We're everything. Everything is us. And nothing. So we're trained a certain way, and we're into that illusion of separation. So when we look at a sunset, or a rainbow, or an ocean front, we will look and say, isn't that beautiful? I got to get a picture of that. Now, one part of that is true, beautiful, beautiful, you, the God in that body. From a heart-mind perspective, that same view through the heart-mind, that is the God that I am. That is the God that I am. No matter what it is you're viewing, that, excuse me, is the God that I am. Now, we all continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us carrying physical form decide to step outside the physical form and hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because we can, and it's a lot of fun. We come in full contact with a massive crystalline light tower. We, the gods in this body, these bodies created this tower, larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. It is in turn surrounded by numerous colored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This in turn creates this super bright, white, misty cloud that's sparkling, glittering, reflecting. And it in turn is absorbed into the heart-mind, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Gratitude and peace. Well-being. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. Bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, massive abundance. And all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this tower, we designed it, the gods that we are, so the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7, infinity and beyond. And what is the golden ocean? It's pure, deep, eternal love. Highest of the highest high, vibrational frequencies. And this planet is being flooded. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, with this golden ocean. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean, and the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We, the gods, created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds moving towards 1,900 of our meditations in perpetual motion every day, 7 days a week for over 4 years. This is massive. It is unprecedented. Hundreds of millions of us out and off world, focused on the complete liberation of this planet, cleansed of all pure evils. Now think about that every day. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Continues to intensify, grow, and expand. Same with the meditations. This is an infinity event, never ending, even after the pure evil has been completely abolished from this planet. Now you can see, focus, and move into the now and float. You'll see, as you're a watcher, not a judger, that we put this golden white pink, an opaque, shimmering, deep, eternal love light energy everywhere. And we see as the dark matter, goop, rogue AI, all of it, pure evil, souls that have taken in too much darkness, it's being evaporated from the planet. And in this field, it's disintegrating. And we created this canopy of the sky, right? Golden white pink, super bright white light. Now, if any of this dark matter gets to that point, any remnants of it is completely flashed, no longer exists. And that's what's happening on this planet. And it continues to intensify, expand, and grow. True inner peace, outer power is generated. With inner freedom, boundless love is created. Meditate on pure consciousness. Feel the inner peace and the outer power. You will discover your divinity. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy, slow breath out of the mouth. Move nothing. The goal of the spiritual path is to become fully conscious. This means to explore what is unconscious or hidden from your plain view. For today, allow whatever you don't want to look at or see within rise to the surface to be seen, felt, heard, and loved. Get out a piece of paper and pen and continue writing whatever feelings arise to the surface. Don't stop writing for 30 minutes, even if it's the same words over and over and over again. Continue letting go of whatever is inside you on the paper, releasing it from your unconscious mind. Take this with you for the rest of the day and the evening and night and the following morning. We will be back here Friday, July 15th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.